Vibes Radio. Nobody can stop reggae. Staying true to the foundation of reggae music. Cease and sickle.
You must start.
Day by day is a beautiful sound of the song by Etana. Oh gosh. Oh my God, Etana. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
First of all, congratulations. I see you struggling a bit with your camera right there.
Right? There, I got it.
Yeah, you got it. How are you doing?
I am good so far.
Which part of the world are you in today? You seem to be all over the place, Etana.
Today, oh gosh, there it is again. Today I'm in Florida.
All right.
It won't stay. Jeez.
Probably might need to hold it. You good to go?
All right, so today I'm in Florida.
Do you have anything lined up today on shows?
No, I'm just recording. Today I keep working on my new project, so
you seem
one day at a time, every day.
You seem to be always working, Etana. Either you're in studio or you're on a concert, you're in transit. You're always up to something.
Yeah, it's what I do. I have to keep going. Like today I released or was it last week? We released the acoustic gold.
Yes.
And so I'm on my way to creating the new project for 2023.
Yes. First of all, congratulations on Acoustic Gold. It's a very beautiful album. I love myself some acoustic vibes. I love raw vibes. Completely. I don't know whether to ask what's the thinking behind it, because of course it's an acoustic performance. And how did you get into this? Because it just doesn't look like you stepped into the studio one night and just pushed everything out.
Okay, so you know how there's just so many things happening in the world, all over the place, you know. Mm-hmm. And I think there's just so much turmoil in many places, and people are struggling in different ways. And I figured, sometimes instead of all the musical instrumentation behind a song, sometimes it's good to tone down the vibe. So somebody taking a trip, or riding taking a long ride, or even coming home after work wanting to settle down, Yes. And I'm thinking, why not just give them some music that will mellow them out, lift some of that stress off, And that's when the first song was created. Yes. Don't start no trouble. Wow. You know how when you go work sometimes, and some people come with them like a bad energy, bad attitude, and then come and start taking everything out on you. Yes. Or somebody just start picking on you because you wear a shoes where them can't wear, or you do something, whatever the reason is. Mm-hmm. Just don't start no trouble, because you don't know my struggle.
Talking about that, I was talking earlier on to the Vibe Station about mindset and being focused in whatever it is you do, just to keep away from the distractions. Of course, we in this industry, like of course in the entertainment industry, you have to allow to deal with in terms of people who try to put you down. You're dealing with labels that try to fleece you, and I've seen you having a bit of a struggle with labels out there. I've seen a couple of stories you'd put up, and
I sued VP Records. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know whether to get into that as a distraction, but anyway, I know we are having a lot of issues here and there, and what would be your opinion to the Vibes Nation on how they can be able to focus and just stay away from distractions?
I mean, what makes distraction hard is social media.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Social media, I think, makes distraction hard.
Yes.
To get away from. But when you focus on where you have been,
yes,
and the time that you've spent working and investing in yourself and in your family, yes, and the people who means the most to you,
yes,
then you realize how valuable time is.
Yes.
because it goes so quickly. You close your eyes and you open it and you're already at the next day.
That's true.
So when you think of everything that you've been through and where you were and where you plan to go, it should automatically realign you with your goals and reinforce that focus. So you just have to find that one trigger that will quickly remind you of your goals. Yeah. Even if it's like, one of those messages that pop up on your phone, like an alert. Yes. An alert. Some people get an alert every hour to pray, or every 3 hours, or every day, every 6 hours. Some people get an alert to exercise, or I get an alert to walk around, like to stay active if I'm still for too long. Yes. Right? Yes. So and I do have like affirmations that come up every 30 minutes. Yes. So anything, that one thing that helps you to realign, I think that is the thing that's important for you to have or to do, so you continue to stay focused on your goals that you plan to achieve.
Wow, that's quite something. And let me just head back a bit. I know there's couple of artists who are listening and might want to just pick up on your journey. Of course, there's people who you mentor as an artist, and from your journey, the kind of current issues that you have with VP Records, is there any way that you can advise artists on what loopholes not to get into while they are dealing with labels? Probably. I'm not sure if this is something you can talk about.
One of the things I did in my early part is I started creating my own songs. Yes. And I've worked with other producers, which we all have agreements with, or at least a split sheet or some kind of document. Yes. Rarely did I ever go into a studio and just record and just say, hey, I'm doing it for the love of music. I always said, like, okay, so what's my split and what's your split? Yes. And we always had that on paper. Yes. I think that's one of the best things ever, because a record label can never tell you what your split is on a song or what your percentage of publishing is. Yes. So it's important for you to understand how publishing works and how copyright works. The two kind of goes hand in hand, and you have to be mindful of these label people, because sometimes if they want something, if they want a song bad enough, and you're not giving it to them, they will send their friends and they will indirectly get it from you somehow. Yes. If you don't agree to them, they will send somebody else to find you. Yes. And they will be very nice. And they will do anything you want them to do. But after that paper is signed, whether it was a trick or whether it was wrong or right or whatever, once it's signed, they're done. And you will be like the girl or the guy who was just used sexually and never called back the next day. So
that's true. Now, let's say, you've been in a fix. Yes, as an artist, you got yourself into a situation where you got fixed up with a huge contract or so. I know sometimes when artists are just starting out, it's a struggle for them. They're not able to choose whether to work with a label or not. So it becomes a bit of a heavy, a gray area for them. Now, they have already gotten into that.
It depends on what they want.
Yes.
It depends on what they want. As an art, it's a gray area, because here is the line. Yes. You either want a lot of upfront money right now. Yes. Or you're willing to create your music, and over time collect your money from different DSPs or whatever. Yes. Because you own your music. So you either want to own and collect over time, or you want to sell all and get a lump sum of money only one time.
All right, I know it's difficult, so I think sometimes it's somebody's personal journey. So at what point do you say enough is enough? I've had enough. I want out of this contract. Do you? Is that is there a formula?
You know, I think when I started getting frustrated is when my statements didn't look right. You know.
Yeah.
And when you ask questions, the response would be vague and sometimes even condescending.
Yes.
And then when I think that the worst for me is when I asked about doing a video for a song that was on the Reggae Forever, not the Reggae Forever, sorry.
Yes.
On my second album, Free Expressions.
Yes.
And I was told, we don't really have the budget for that right now. And we don't really have to promote your music that much because as soon as we put it up, it gets sold anyway. So your budget is small.
Wow.
Right. And, you know, of course I kept pushing because I knew that it was in the agreement that they had to do it. But it just wasn't done, you know, to the standard I think it should have been done. And the relationship got so bad that the albums weren't even submitted to be nominated for a Grammy.
Wow.
Marketing was always an issue.
Yeah.
And my statements, again, were like, you know, incorrect most times. So it was a lot for me to say. It was enough for me to say, okay, it's time for me to walk away. But more than anything, I wanted to finish the albums that was on the agreement.
Yeah.
So there were no loopholes, no gray areas, no nothing.
Yeah.
And I think there was even one time when I could have walked.
Yes.
But I didn't know my rights then, so I had to get a lawyer.
Yeah.
And a lot more was discovered after I got the lawyer. She opened up my eyes like a million times over.
Yes.
So,
well,
we are where we are right now after COVID and after reorganizing myself and going through my agreements and realizing that, this is crazy. All right, just crazy.
I can imagine because, you know, it takes guts to go against a label. It takes guts. It takes a lot of strength and of course perseverance to be able to go against them and tell them, I've had enough and I need to break from my contract. But anyway, sorry for diverting you from the main thing. Today we're talking about Acoustic Gold. And yes, Acoustic Gold is an album that is fully acoustic. And is there any plans for you in terms of how this album is going to play out, in terms of how this album is going to, as a project, going to the markets? Is it available on all streaming sites?
Well, can I say this to you and everyone listening?
Yes.
Right? Sometimes when an artist sue a label, they are viewed as troublemakers, or they signed a bad agreement, or they didn't know what they were doing.
Yes.
It's nothing of the sort with me. I am being treated unfairly and I'm being robbed.
Yes.
And when I think of where I come from and where my relatives come from, a garrison for a poor girl coming from Atherstone, right?
Yes.
And still seeing my relatives and people around me struggle on a daily.
Yes.
If you've ever struggled in life before, if you were never born rich, you must understand what it feels like when someone takes from you and give it to their families and buy cars and boats and yachts. And they've been doing this to people from Jamaica for generations.
Yes.
And I just think that the time has come for the cycle to be broken.
Yes.
And so I just wanted to make it clear that I'm not a troublemaker. I'm a very peaceful person. But like I said, from where I'm from, I don't deserve to be cheated, or, you know, I don't deserve for anybody to steal anything from me in my face, boldly too. Yeah.
Well, I think that's quite because I've seen also a couple of other artists who have sued VP Records also along the same lines, and And as somebody who has worked with the artists, I know the pain of putting your works out there and not getting value for it, and not getting, like you said, some of the issues that you're facing, like like marketing, and just getting plain daylight robbery, and sometimes
that's what it is. Like blatant robbery, in your face robbery.
Yes.
And like, I took it, and so what robbery?
Mm-hmm. All right, I see. We are also live on Facebook. I see a lot of love coming to you from Kenya. Kenya is just goes crazy for you every time.
I love Kenya. When I think of them, sometimes I get teary-eyed and emotional,
Yes.
Because their love is so massive, and they come out to the shows, and anywhere I am in the world,
yes,
there is a Kenyan there, believe me, or a whole family of Kenyans.
I think you'll always see a Kenyan flag in any concert around the world. You'll always see a Kenyan flag. Everywhere. In the United States. Yes.
In the UK.
Mm-hmm.
In anywhere in Europe.
Yes.
They are. Everywhere in the world. And so the support is just massive from them, and I mean, mm-hmm, people from other countries too,
yes,
like Nicaragua and UK and people from Europe and all over, but the Kenyan love is just massive. And with the Acoustic Gold album,
mm-hmm,
you asked where do I think it will go?
Yeah.
It was trending on Audiomack.
Yes.
Still is trending on Audiomack, mm-hmm, since it was released.
Yeah.
It's being played, mm-hmm, like I expected it to.
Yes.
And I think, mm-hmm, that the idea that I had, yes, to mellow people out, mm-hmm, I think they got it. And I think they're appreciating the mellow.
I always
think they're appreciating the mellow.
Yes. I, for one, will always appreciate, because, Etana, you are one of the songbirds of our time. And we always appreciate you. Now, you mentioned something about a new album that you're working on for 2023. Is there anything maybe you can just let out, something, a cut out of the bag, or maybe just
Oh my gosh! I mean, I'm always trying to outdo myself.
Yes. From
the last time, and, mm-hmm, it also goes with the vibe that I'm feeling.
Yes.
Current energy, current, mm-hmm, yes, happenings, mm-hmm, and how it makes me feel.
Yes.
And how, and then in the end, I also always like to have an energy that is progressive, like, mm-hmm, a forward energy. Even, yes, though we're going through this now,
yes,
I'm always looking forward to what I paint, mm-hmm, my life or the world to look like,
yes,
in a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And then from that picture, I turn it into a song or songs,
Yeah.
And in this case, an album of songs.
Album of songs. I love the way you say it. Album of songs. I wanted to introduce, before I let you go. I know this is one of those times when it's a bit busy and crazy for you out there. So I would like you to introduce a couple of tunes for me. Right now I want to play Day by Day. It's one of my favorite tunes. Or maybe can I just ask
I'm Etana, and the music master Sheriff is about to play Day by Day, acoustic style, live. Day by Day.
I'm sure I won't let go without an acapella. Just for me, It's the Sheriff anyway.
Open up heaven, rain on me. Open up heaven, whatever will be. They tell me, save a little for a rainy day, but then a little from a little when you take it away. It's like Judgment Day. Some may just name some bickle and call it a day, 'cause them a trickle and nothing figure stash away. Come what may, 'cause I'm never gonna wither and dry. Even if I holler inside, I will survive. Yeah.
Oh.
So,
one last one.
Of course, I changed the key a little bit.
I know. I know right now, maybe must have just gotten you before you got into dinner or something. Now,
no, I purposely changed the key because I'm doing it live. That's all.
All right. One more time. Malaika, last one. Sorry for that. It's just me.
Malaika, nakupenda malaika. Malaika, nakupenda malaika. Ningekuoa maliwe, ningekuoa dada. Nashindwa na malisten away. Ningekuoa malaika.
Oh, my.
To the chorus.
Thank you so much, Etana. Thank you for joining me. I know it's a bit of a busy time for you. Thank you so much, and I appreciate always so much love from all of us in Kenya. And of course,
big
from the Vibes Nation.
Cherish and everybody listening.
Yes, big up on yourself, and of course, respect every time. Thank you so much.
I love that VIP hat.
Of course, it's only for you because I'm dealing with a VIP. All right, give thanks, of course, people.
Kenya, I love you.
Yeah, man. Yes, Malaika right now in an acoustic style from the Empress, the song Bad. Always Etana live on Vibes. Take a listen.
Playing real reggae music on Vibes Radio. This is Cease and Sickle on 104.5 Vibes Radio. Nobody can stop reggae.